It's Friday, July 10th, 2020. I'm Tanya Harris, and welcome to TMI Daily, your daily roundup of everything people are talking about online since they aren't allowed to talk about it in person. Today, Donald Trump visited Miami to promote how well the DEA is fighting the war on drugs. Considering he went to the worst affected state in the country to not talk about coronavirus, he might want that DEA to be a little more lax on voters getting high. Last night in a phone interview with Sean Hannity, Trump inadvertently admitted to taking a cognitive test recently, saying his doctors were really surprised at his unbelievable results. Since it's pretty unbelievable that you're still allowed to be president, I'm pretty sure your results are no more surprising than your morning tweets. Speaking of morning tweets, this morning the president tweeted that mail-in ballots are corrupt, but absentee ballots, they're fine. Yep. Sounds like something a guy who just aced his cognitive test would say, doesn't it? A female soldier has now become the first woman Green Beret. The elite fight force can expect their missions to slow to a crawl as the male berets will busy themselves telling the woman how to do her job. Records show that NYPD retirements are surging over 400% amid tensions with the city's mayor, Bill de Blasio. Sure, once you take the random brutality out of it, where's the fun? Starbucks nationwide will now require customers to wear face coverings. So remember that triple venti half-sweet non-fat caramel macchiato labeled dude with mask may not be yours. Reopened Japanese amusement parks are hoping to curb the spread of coronavirus by requesting all roller coaster riders to scream inside their hearts and not with their mouths. Well, for all of us living in apartments, that's nothing we haven't been doing since mid-March, so no biggie. While we're on the topic of amusement parks, Disney World is set to reopen this weekend, even though Florida is the current epicenter of the coronavirus. To mark the occasion, Tomorrowland will be renamed No Tomorrow, and the It's a Small World ride will be rebranded to It's a Small World, but unfortunately, no one on this ride will be allowed to visit it until you get some common sense. A new Kelsey Grammer movie called Money Plane was released to video today and has critics in a frenzy, calling it the dumbest movie of the year. Well, with nearly 3.2 million people infected with coronavirus and people still fighting not to wear masks, 2020 might be the target year for dumb movies. On her Facebook show, Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith admitted to having an affair a few years ago with R&B crooner August Alsina, but said that she and Will Smith were separated at the time. And by separated, she meant that he moved in with his auntie and uncle in Bel Air. You get it. It's a Fresh Prince joke. You kids are way too young. Now, let's send it over to tonight's TMI Daily Cast and Crew Roundtable. Stay safe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of TMI Daily. It is Friday, which means it's a Trump-free Friday. So it's that time of the week where we get to play our TMI Daily Dodge game, the game of useless information. But today we have a very special guest joining us and joining our game, TMI Daily's #1 fan, Danny Gonzalez. Danny, can you say hello to everyone watching and listening to our podcast? Where are you from, Danny?
I'm sorry?
Tell everybody where you're from.
Oh, I'm here stationed in LA, but I root for the Yankees.
Go Yankees. Okay, so let's go around and say hello to everybody watching at home or listening on Apple Podcast. Let's start with you, Elizabeth.
Oh, howdy do.
Joe.
Hey, everybody listening on Apple.
Jocelyn.
Hi, everyone. My Instagram is Glamour Cool Beauty School.
Meg.
Hi, guys. Happy Friday.
I don't know who this is. I thought it was Jess, but can you tell us who you are?
Yo, it's Zach Norris. You got it right. Zach Norris. I'm Mark Paul Gossler's stunt double and fight choreographer from Saved by the Bell. I'm filling in for the Jess Ellis. He told me to hold this up. That's where you can follow him on Twitter.
Okay. Is that for all the times you fought AC Slater?
Yeah. Gotta be careful. You need safety on set.
Thank you and welcome, Zach. Shayna.
What's up, everybody?
Ian.
I forgot where my mute button was.
Chris.
Yeah.
Emma.
Hey, everyone. Go Yankees.
and Stuart.
How's it going? I'm Stuart.
Okay, so I'm going to explain the rules of the game. The rules of the game are simple and in some ways a lot like dodgeball. We have two teams named after famous Japanese baseball teams, the Ham Fighters and the Toyo Carps. The Ham Fighters are up first. They get to pick one person in the Toyo Carps to answer a question. Plus, they get to pick the category of the question. If the person they pick gets the question right, the Toyo Carps take control and the Ham Fighters a strike against them. If they get the question wrong, the Toyo Carps get a strike and the Ham Fighters retain control. Once a team gets 3 strikes, they will anonymously vote one of their team members off. When we are down to 4 players, it will be everyone or themselves. The final 2 will play each other in a 30-second speed round. Any questions? Okay, it's time to play Dodge. Okay, so the 2 teams, like I said, are the Ham Fighters and Toyo Carps. So on the Ham Fighters, we have Shayna. Raise your hand, Shayna. Ian.
Hi.
Chris, Danny, and Emma. On the Toyo Carps, we have Elizabeth. We have Joe, Jocelyn, Meg, Zach, and Stuart. Okay, so are we ready to start? So we're going to start with the Ham Fighters. So I'm going to start with you, Shayna. So Shayna, you're going to challenge someone on the Toyo Carps. Who would you like to challenge?
You know what? I will go ahead and challenge Zach Norris.
Okay.
Bring it.
So I'm going to give you the 2 categories and you're going to pick one. The categories are touched for the very first time and colored people.
I think that I'm going to go with colored people.
Okay. So here you go, Zach. Colored people. Celebrities are known for being colorful. Some are more colorful than others because their last names are actually a color. I'm going to give you a clue about a celebrity whose last name is a color, and you tell me who it is. I will need the first and last name. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I starred in the movie School of Rock.
All right. And I know it because this is the only color that's important. And it's the color of my 7th degree belt. And that's black. Jack Black.
That is correct. Good job. Okay, so that's 1 point for the Toyo Carps. So now, Zach, you're going to challenge someone on the Ham Fighters team. Who would you like to challenge?
Yeah, let's volley that right back.
Okay, so you're Shayna?
Right.
Okay, so the 2 categories are, once again, touched for the very first time or bowling for cornholes.
Whoa. Doing what for corn? What? What was that one? Bowling?
Bowling for cornholes.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Okay, bowling for cornholes. Okay, Shayna, here we go. I gotta tell you, ever since this damn pandemic started, I have become a huge fan of the sport of cornholing. Since it's literally on ESPN 12 hours a day, it's become one of the few enjoyments my life has to offer me right now. Unfortunately, I often get confused between the top 20 cornholers in the country right now and the greatest bowlers of all time, since they share similar athletic body shapes. I mean, we can all agree on that. I was hoping you could help me. I will give you a name and you tell me if they are currently in the top 20 of cornholing or are they one of the greatest bowlers of all time. Here we go, Shayna. So you're going to tell me, is he a bowler or a cornholer? Frank Maudlin. Frank.
Did you repeat the last name?
Absolutely. Frank Maudlin.
Gonna say bowler.
I'm sorry,
Incorrect.
Shayna, but that is incorrect. He is a cornholer. Good try, Shayna. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the Toyo carps, and we're going to go to Elizabeth.
Yes.
Elizabeth, who would you like to challenge?
I will challenge our guest, Danny.
Okay, so the two categories for Danny are touched for the very first time or real shitty question.
Touched for the very first time.
Okay. Okay, Danny, this is your question. As much as we love celebrities because of the amazing work they do, we also love them because they are the only people who will readily tell you when they lost their virginity just by asking them. I'm going to give you a celebrity and 3 choices for an age they lost their virginity, and you guess what the actual age was. Okay, Danny, here we go. Lil Wayne. Did he lose his virginity at 11, 13, or 14?
13.
Danny, you are correct. Good job.
Correct.
Okay, so Danny, now you're going to challenge someone in the Toyo Carps. Who would you like to challenge?
Let's go with Joe.
Okay. So the 2 categories for Joe are real shitty question or not for the stupid.
Not for the stupid.
Not for the stupid. Okay, Joe, this is your question. Although I believe everyone in this game is incredibly smart, my opinion of you might change if you can't answer this 4th grade level question. Here we go. An oscillating vibrator is an example of what kind of a simple machine? A, inclined plane, B, a lever, C, fixed pulley, or D, wheel and axis?
The wheel and axis.
Joe, you are correct. Good
What a
job.
nerd.
Okay.
Oh, wait, we're on the same team.
Who are
We're
you
on the same team,
gonna
nerd.
Who are you going to challenge in the Ham Fighters?
I am going to challenge Ian.
Okay. So the 2 categories for Ian are real shitty question or Beach Boy, Beastie Boy, or boy band.
Real shitty question, because he'll get that other one.
Damn it. I totally would have had that.
Like your strategy. Okay. Real shitty question. This is your question, Ian.
Okay.
The last time we played Dodge, we received an online comment saying that the game was complete and utter lort, which turns out is the Danish way of saying shit. Because of that, I learned how to say shit in as many languages as possible, so I could just respond to our ever-growing audience on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and every other major podcast service. Subscribe now. So I'm going to give you a foreign way of saying the word shit, and you choose between 3 countries for what country it came from.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Hit me.
Here we go. The word is strange. Strange. Belarus, Bulgaria, or Bosnia?
Could you spell that, please?
Yes, I will spell it for you. Srange.
Can I hear it in a sentence? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. What were the choices again?
It means shit.
What are the choices again? I'm sorry.
It's Belarus, Bulgaria, or Bosnia.
I'm going to go with Bosnia.
Ian, you are correct. Good job. Good job, Ian. Okay.
Etymologist or something.
So now so that's the 3 strikes for, which team got the 3 strikes? The Ham Fighters, you got 3 strikes. So
No, because Ian's on Ham Fighters.
I'm sorry, the Toyo Cards, you got 3 strikes. So you're voting somebody off of your team anonymously. So go ahead. That's
Okay,
what-
I don't think we got the question wrong, but okay.
No, we didn't. We missed
We
a
got the
question.
question wrong, so I don't know how we got 3 strikes, but okay.
They're saying that they didn't get 3 strikes, producer.
In fact, we got all our questions right.
Yeah, we got all our questions correct.
I'm so confused now.
Okay, it's 2-2.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Lord.
Who are you going to challenge, Ian?
I'm gonna challenge Meg.
Okay. So the 2 categories for Meg are Beach Boy, Beastie Boy, or boy band, or serial killer.
Oh, I think she should get the Beach Boy one too. So I'm gonna go with serial killer.
Okay, Meg. So your category is serial killer. Who doesn't choose their breakfast cereal based on its mascot? With that in mind, I will give you the name of the cereal mascot and you tell me what cereal they represent. Toucan Sam.
Oh, Fruit Loops.
You are correct. So I believe
Correct.
that is the 3rd strike for the Ham Fighters. So now the Ham Fighters, you are voting somebody off anonymously. Please send the name to our producer.
Where are we sending the name?
Send it to Peter.
Okay.
Vote here.
Vote here. It tells you right there.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see. As soon as I get the results, I will let you know who's being voted off. Did everybody vote? Okay. Oh, Chris, I'm sorry, Chris, but we say goodbye to you now. Bye, Chris. Okay, so since the Ham Fighters just lost Chris, we're going to continue with you guys, and you guys are going to challenge somebody on the Toyo Carbs. So let's go with Ian. You just challenged someone, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Dan. Okay, so Ham Fighters, you're back to 0 strikes, and Toyo Carbs, you have 2 strikes against you as of right now. Okay, Danny, you challenged Joe, right? Earlier?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so Emma, who are you going to challenge?
Jocelyn, you haven't done anything.
Okay, so Jocelyn.
That's a little harsh.
Here today, specifically here today.
Okay, so your categories are Beach Boy, Beastie Boy, or boy band, or law and boredom.
I'm sorry, what was the last one? Law and Order?
Law and boredom.
Law and boredom. Let's go with that second one, law and boredom.
Okay, so Jocelyn, are you like me in that you find TV lawyers completely boring, but you can't get enough of the real life ones on court TV? I thought so. How about I give you the name of a famous lawyer and you tell me if they are from TV or real life? Okay, here we go, Jocelyn. David Boise. David Boise. I'm sorry, it's David Boyes. David Boyes.
David Boyes. Okay, I'm gonna say real life.
That is correct. Good job, Jocelyn.
Kind of too boring to be a TV one.
Correct. That is 1 strike against the Ham Fighters. Okay, so Jocelyn, who are you gonna challenge?
Oh, I will challenge. Let's do Stuart. Or wait, he's on my team. I forgot. He's on my team. So that's no. Let's do Shayna.
Okay, so you're challenging Shayna. So let me give you the 2 categories for her. Back to Beach Boy, Beastie Boy, or boy band. Or the next category is where's Jeff Bartlett?
I'll do the Beastie Boy, Beach Boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Jed Bartlett. It's a typo on my notes.
Okay, still going with the thing. I kind of understand what's going on. At least I think so. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what category was that?
The Beach Boy, Beastie Boy, boy band.
Okay, Shayna. When it comes to music for me personally, there's the Beach Boys, the Beastie Boys, and boy bands. All of the music sucks, which I'm sure you agree with. So I will give you the name of a musician, and you tell me if they are in the Beach Boys, the Beastie Boys, or a boy band. Okay, here we go. Brad Fischetti. Brad Fischetti.
Are you saying Brad or Raph?
Brad.
I'm going to say boy band.
That's correct. He is from LFO.
Correct.
Good job, Shayna. So that is the third strike for the Toyo Carps. So you are voting somebody off anonymously. Go. How's everybody doing today? Good? Okay. Okay, so I'm just waiting to get the results. And as soon as I know who's being voted off, I will let you know. Okay, we have somebody that we're voting off. I'm sorry, Meg. We bid farewell to you. Bye, Meg. Okay, so Toyo Carps, you are back to 0 strikes. And the Ham Fighters, you have 1 strike. So let's go to Zach. Zach, who are you going to challenge?
Let's go with Danny.
Okay, with Danny. So the 2 categories are back to where is Jed Bartlett or Earth, Wind, Fire, or Africa?
Bartlett.
Bartlett. Okay, Danny, here is your question. Like so many others over the last 3.5 years, I have often asked why we don't have a president like Jed Bartlett from the West Wing. Sadly, the question has still not been answered. For now, let's go over some other actors who have played fictional presidents, and you tell me what movie they played them in. Bill Pullman.
I should know this. Wait, isn't it Independence Day?
You are correct, Danny. Good job.
Correct.
Okay, so that's 1 strike against Toyo Carps. Now, Danny, who are you going to be challenging?
I gotta take it back to Zach.
Okay. Ooh.
Careful.
I think this is personal. Okay. So we're going to go back to the other 2 the same category as prior. Earth, Wind, Fire, or Africa, or rom-comic.
Rom-comic.
Okay. Zach, rom-comic. I have to tell you, you might say you're a huge fan of romantic comedies, but trust me, you can't hold a candle to my friend Larry, a stand-up comic who goes by the name The Rom-Comic. He graciously lent us some of his jokes for this game. The way it works is I will tell you the first part of a joke, which is about a well-known romantic comedy, and you tell me what movie it is. Okay, Zach. Knock, knock.
Oh, am I supposed to say who's there?
Yes, you are.
Get off my lawn.
Jonah, who calls it to a radio talk show to find a new girlfriend for his widowed father, Sam.
Oh my God. I'm apologizing ahead of time. We're so screwed. I don't even know the name of a rom-com.
So you don't have an answer for us?
I'm going to go with Die Hard 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, that is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Listen, Seattle. So that is that strike for Toyo Carps. 2nd strike. Okay, so now let's go back to Emma. Who are you going to challenge?
Stuart right over here. He hasn't answered one yet.
Okay, Stuart. So the categories for Stuart are Earth, Wind, Fire, or Africa, or a horse is a horse, of course, of course.
I don't think he's ever listened to Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I'm going to say Earth, Wind, Fire, Africa.
Okay. The iconic 70s R&B and funk group had classic hits like September, Let's Groove, and Boogie Wonderland, but some of their lesser-known songs reflect a strong pride in their African-American roots. So I'm going to give you a word, and I want you to tell me if it is a place in Africa or a song by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay, Stuart. Kalimba tree. Kalimba tree.
Can you spell that?
Kalimba, K-A-L-I-M-B-A, tree.
I'm going to go with a song.
That is correct. It is a
Correct.
song by Earth, Wind, and Fire. So that's the second strike for the Ham Fighters. Okay, Stuart, who are you going to challenge in the Ham Fighters?
I'm gonna challenge Emma.
Okay, I think this is personal too. Okay,
Yep.
so categories are a horse is a horse, of course, or you probably shouldn't ask anyone under 30 these questions.
I'm going with under 30.
Okay, Emma. The Bee Gees had their greatest success with the soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever. Although there were 6 songs performed by them on the album, there were 2 other songs they wrote, produced, and sang backgrounds on. Which one was one of them? A, Boogie Shoes, B, Open Sesame, C, Disco Inferno, or D, If I Can't Have You?
Isn't it If I Can't Have You?
Emma, you are correct. Yes.
Correct.
Okay. That's the third strike for Toyo Carps. So let's vote somebody off, Toyo Carps. Let's see. How are you guys liking the new categories?
They're super fun.
Yeah,
And I just wanted to let Zach know that his background was like a set of sheets that a friend of mine had in the 80s.
I killed your friend and stole their sheets.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for the results. And I will give them to you shortly. Sorry, Zach.
Ah,
We're saying goodbye to you. Bye, Zach.
weak.
Okay, so now you guys are back to 0 strikes, Toyo Carps. So back to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, who would you like to challenge in the Ham Fighters?
I will challenge Danny again, I guess.
Okay. Okay, so the categories for Danny are playing with minors or a horse is a horse, of course.
A horse is a horse.
Okay. A horse is a horse, of course. Okay, Danny, who doesn't love a good song about horses? I know I do. And since I'm sure you do as well, this question should be pretty easy. I'm going to give you the name of a song about a horse or horses, and you pick from 3 choices of artists. Giddy up. Okay, your question, Danny, is who's run your wild horses? Is it Aerosmith, U2, or Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd.
I'm sorry, Danny, that is incorrect. It
Nope,
was U2.
sorry.
Two.
And that is your third strike, Ham Fighters. So let's vote somebody off. So I think now we're going to be down to 0 strikes again for each team. So as soon as I get the results, I will let you know who's we're saying goodbye to. We're saying goodbye to Ian. Bye, Ian.
Fucking right.
Okay, so since you guys just lost Ian, we're going to continue with you. So let's see. Shayna, I need you to challenge someone, please, on the other team.
All right, I challenge Joe. I challenge you.
Okay, Joe. So his categories could be either playing with minors or shake daras.
I don't know what you said the last thing, but it sounds fascinating. Let's go with that second category.
Okay, so the category is called shake daras. Am I the only one who will be watching a Shakespeare play and say, hold the phone, doesn't that character have the same name as a character played by Antonio Banderas? You don't have to say yes. We all know it's true. So since I get confused over this, I was hoping you could help me. I will give you the name of a character, and you tell me if it is a character from a Shakespeare play or a character played by Antonio Banderas. Okay, here we go. Raffi.
Raffy. Can you spell it?
Rafe.
Shakespeare.
I'm sorry, Joe, that is
Incorrect.
incorrect. It was actually Antonio Banderas in the movie The Other Man. Okay, so that's one strike for Toyo Karts. Danny, who do you want to challenge?
Let's go with Elizabeth.
Okay, we're challenging Elizabeth. So the two categories are playing with minors or Twin Peaks.
Playing with minors.
Okay, playing with minors. Elizabeth. Everyone loves Major League Baseball, but there wouldn't be a Major League if it wasn't for the minors. So in order to celebrate all of the great minor league teams, I will give you the name of a team and 3 choices of cities where the team plays. And all you have to do is pick the right city. Okay, here we go. The tourists. Chattanooga, Sioux City, or Asheville?
The tourists, and they're like, hey, there's a bunch of tourists. In Nashville, Sioux City, or sorry, say the names again.
It was Chattanooga, Sioux City, or Asheville.
Sioux City.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth,
Incorrect.
Incorrect. It was Asheville. So that's the second strike for Toyo Karts. Okay, now let's go back and let's see whose turn is it to challenge. Danny, you just challenged. Okay, so Joe.
I'm going to challenge Shayna.
You're challenging Shayna. Okay, so your categories are Twin Peaks or name your play.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, okay. Although they have had vastly different and successful careers, singing legend Dolly Parton and 80s porn actress Christy Canyon share one thing in common: their bra size. In order to celebrate the differences of these two superstars, I will give you a fact about one of them, and you tell me which one it is. Okay, Shayna, I'm a member of 2 Hall of Fames.
I'm gonna go with not Dolly, because I think she's a member of more than 2.
So you're going with Christy Canyon?
Yes.
That is correct. You are correct, Shayna. Good job. Okay, so that was the third strike for the Toyo Karts. So start voting. Toyo Karts, we're saying goodbye to one of you. And then we're going to be back to 0 strikes again. I'll tell you as soon as I get the results. Stuart. Bye, Stuart. So since the Toyo Karts just lost a team member, we're going to continue with you. Okay, so who was the last? Elizabeth, you challenged somebody, right?
No, I did. I challenged you.
Jocelyn, it's your turn then. Jocelyn, who do you want to challenge from the Ham Fighters?
I will challenge Emma.
Okay, so the 2 categories for Emma are name your play or the death of me.
Ooh, death of me. That sounds fun.
Okay, the death of me. There are so many things we remember about movies, but if there was one thing no one forgets is the way a character in your favorite movie dies. I'm going to give you a movie and a character, and you tell me how they died. Okay?
Okay.
Thomas J. in My Girl.
Oh boy. Cancer?
I'm sorry, Emma, that is incorrect. He gets
Incorrect.
stung by a bee stings.
The bees! Not the bees!
Did we all?
That's that movie? Oh, son of a bitch.
He gets like hundreds of bee stings.
Yeah.
It was a Nicolas Cage movie.
I had no idea either. Oh my god.
So that's one strike for the Ham Fighters. One strike for the Ham Fighters. Okay, so let's go back to now Elizabeth. Elizabeth, who are you going to challenge?
Sorry, I Who just got challenged? My cat got his claws stuck in the back of the TV. So I had to step
I just
away.
challenged Emma, so.
Okay. I will challenge Shayna then.
Okay, so the two categories for Shayna are Black to the Future or I'll Make You See God.
I'll make you see God.
Okay, Shayna, I'll make you see God. Everyone knows that all successful celebrities are devoutly religious, but so rarely do we know what religion they are part of. So I will give you a celebrity and you decide if they are Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Islam, Buddhist, Hindi, or the best Hollywood religion, Scientology. Okay. Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt.
Oh God, I want to say, I'm gonna go Buddhist.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Nope, sorry.
He's Christian. He's Christian.
Like hardcore.
Hardcore Christian, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your second strike against the Ham Fighters. So going back to Jocelyn, did you just challenge? I lost track here.
Yeah, I challenged Emma, and then Elizabeth's challenged Shayna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Joe, who are you going to challenge from the Ham Fighters?
Danny.
You're challenging Danny. Okay. So the two categories that you can choose from are, sorry, my papers are all on. Okay. Black to the Future or Name Your Play.
Black to the Future.
Okay, Black to the Future. Science fiction often portrays the future to be a place of peace and harmony, but sadly, even their Black characters are in the minority. Let's celebrate the few who broke through. Okay, Danny. He spent a generation helping kids learn how to read on Reading Rainbow, but LeVar Burton played a much more vital role in keeping the Enterprise from... Okay, sorry, I was interrupted. Let me start over again. He spent a generation helping kids learn how to read on Reading Rainbow, but LeVar Burton played a much more vital role in keeping the Enterprise from destruction on Star Trek: The Next Generation. What was his character's name?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let's go with Robert.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Is it Data?
No, it's
not. It's
Geordie LaForge. Geordie LaForge, and he had the band, and he wore the headband on his eyes.
Yeah, but
The banana clip on his eyes.
It's Geordie LaForge. Okay, yes, I had the wrong answer.
What the hell?
Hey, what are you doing here? Go back. Okay, guys, so that's your third strike for the Ham Fighters. So vote somebody off, please.
Check your car. There's a car horn. There's a car.
Okay, so as soon as I get the results, I will let you know who we're saying goodbye to. It's getting close to the final four, guys. Anybody? Oh, Danny, I'm sorry, my friend, but we are saying goodbye to you. Bye, Danny. Thanks for joining us.
Well, that's okay. You can go check to see if I think his car's being stolen.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so since the Ham Fighters just lost Danny, we're going to start with you again, and we're back to 0 strikes for the Toyo Carps and the Ham Fighters. Okay, let's go with Shayna. Who do you want to challenge?
I'll challenge Jocelyn.
Okay, so the two categories for Jocelyn are Name Your Play or Like a Rolling Stone.
I'm gonna say Name Your Play.
Name Your Play. Okay, Jocelyn. Really great guitarists have two things in common. They play guitar really well, and in most cases they have at least one guitar they've named. I'm going to give you the name of a famous guitarist guitar, and 3 choices of whose guitar it is. And when you give me the right answer, it will be music to my ears. I promise I'll proofread these next time. Okay, here we go. Blackie, Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, or George Harrison? Blackie.
Could you repeat the second one again?
Yes, I'll repeat all of them for you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton, or George Harrison?
I want to say Eric Clapton.
That's correct, Jocelyn.
Correct.
Okay, so that's
I would have guessed that as well based on the era.
So that's 1 strike against the Ham Fighters. So Jocelyn, who do you want to challenge?
Oh my goodness, I'll challenge Shayna.
Okay. So our categories for Shayna are Like a Rolling Stone or Stargate or Star Fucker.
Oh, Stargate or Starfucker.
Okay.
I think we've had this one before. That's a fun one.
Yeah. So I'll read again what it's about. You know how you wake up one day and Stargate SG-1 is just starting, and the next thing you know, it's been on for 10 seasons? Yeah, I feel that way too. Well, since everyone was a huge fan of the show, this should be a really easy question. I'll give you a name, and you tell me if it was a female character on Stargate or someone who was at one time involved with a celebrity. Let's go. So you're going to tell me Stargate or Starfucker. Janet Frazier. Janet Frazier.
Want to say Stargate?
That is correct, Shayna.
You're on fire.
So that's 1 strike against Toyo Karts. Shayna, who do you want to challenge?
I will challenge Elizabeth.
Okay, so the 2 categories for Elizabeth are Like a Rolling Stone or Where Are You From?
Oh, let's go Like a Rolling Stone.
Like a Rolling Stone. Okay, Elizabeth, here we go. When talking about the Rolling Stones, everyone knows Mick and Keith, but surprisingly, they haven't played every instrument on every one of their records. With that in mind, I'm going to give you the name of a musician who either was in the Stones or played with them for a long time. And you tell me what instrument they played. To make it a little easier, I'll give you the instruments to choose from. There is guitar, bass, drums, keyboard, percussions, horns, or backup vocals.
So all the whole band's worth of
Pretty much,
instruments.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I just wanted you to feel like I was helping you out there.
I feel
Okay.
helped.
So Brian Jones. Brian Jones.
Guitar?
That's correct, Elizabeth.
Oh,
Good
man.
job.
Correct.
That was also my guess.
That's the 2nd strike for the Ham Fighters. Good job. Elizabeth, who do you want to challenge?
Emma.
Okay. So Emma, for Emma, we have 2 categories. We have Where You From or Put On Your Rubbers.
Put on your rubbers.
Okay. So sometimes when I listen to music, I'm not sure what I should be wearing based on the weather a specific song is about. Well, let's hope you have your umbrella and rubbers because it might be a little wet and stormy out there with the following songs. I will give you the rainy day song and you tell me who performed it from 3 choices. Okay. Shelter from the Storm. Bob Dylan, The Doors, or The Rolling Stones?
I want to say that's Bob Dylan.
That is correct, Emma.
You're
Good
on
job.
fire.
That's the 2nd strike for Toyo Karts. Okay, who do you want to challenge, Emma?
Jocelyn.
Okay, so for Jocelyn, we have Where You From or Out of the Ashes.
I feel like you would know Out of the Ashes. So let's go Where You From.
Where you from? Okay, Jocelyn. A key element of a popular show is where it's located. A show in the wrong town or city can doom a perfectly good show. So how about I give you a show and 3 locations and you tell me where it took place. So your show is The Big Bang Theory, Palo Alto, Pasadena, or Berkeley?
Berkeley.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect, Jocelyn. It's Pasadena.
Nope, sorry.
So that is the third strike, unfortunately, for Toyo Carps. So we're voting the last person off, and then we're going to be down to the final 4. So start voting.
I just want to say that's a really cool picture, Danny, that you have on your thing. You look really badass in your photo.
Okay, Jocelyn, we say goodbye to you now.
Bye, guys. Didn't want to help you out anyway.
Okay, so now we're down to the final 4. So I'm going to be going from one to the other. Okay, so since we just lost Jocelyn, I'm going to go back to you, Shayna. Okay, so Shayna. Now I'm going to give you 2 categories, and then you're going to choose which category.
Are we now? We're playing for ourselves now. Right?
Now, yes, we're down to the final 4. So we have Shayna, Emma, Elizabeth, and Joe. Right? That's it.
Yeah. So there's no more teams. It's like every man.
Yeah, I'm just like here. I'm just watching.
Oh my God, you're throwing me off. Okay, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So now we're down to the
You just draw an X over my face.
Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to go in the order that I have here. So Shayna, let's start with you, and then when we get to the last 2, we'll do the speed round. Okay, Shayna, I'm going to give you 2 choices. You choose one. Based on Out of the Ashes or based on the book?
I'll go with based on the book.
Okay. It was surprising for me to find out that not every movie is based on a book, as I'm sure it will be for you once this question is done. I'm going to give you the name of a movie, and you will tell me if it was based on a book or not. Manchester by the Sea.
That's a book.
That's incorrect, Shayna.
Incorrect.
A book. So thanks for playing, Shayna.
Bye.
Bye.
I would have guessed it was a book too.
That was.
I would have guessed that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're down to Emma, Elizabeth, and Joe. Okay, Emma, do you want Out of the Ashes, or they had how many?
I don't think I would know they had how many, no matter how funny a topic that is. So let's do Out of the Ashes.
Okay, Out of the Ashes. By ashes, I obviously am talking about the victory during the biennial cricket test. Let's face it, everyone loves watching cricket be played, and yet as children, we all struggled with learning the rules of the game. Today, they seem so second nature that I'm going to ask you a question about the rules of cricket, and you will very easily give me the answer. Okay, so this is your question. A cricket game that spans over 2 innings is called a wicket, a test, or a 20?
Over 2 innings?
Over 2 innings. Is it called a wicket, a test, or a 20?
Let's say a 20. Oh.
I'm sorry, Emma, that is incorrect.
This is your second cricket question, right?
I was going to say, I got the cricket question last time. I'll take what I can get.
Cricket expert. Sorry, Emma. So now we're down to...
It's just me and Elizabeth again?
That's it. So,
Partridge.
you know what that means,
Partridge.
right?
Partridge.
So it's our speed round. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with Elizabeth, and then Joe, I believe we're going to put you in one of the waiting rooms. Okay. And then we're going to be giving you 30 seconds. I'll read the rules in a second. So as soon as Joe's off the screen. Okay. Okay, Elizabeth. So for the speed round for today, our category is Killing It Friday Night. Let's face it, as well written and well acted as the films in the Friday the 13th series were, most people watch these movies for one reason: to see Jason killed. We're going to put 30 seconds in the clock, and I'm going to give you a name of either one of Jason's victims or a member of a heavy metal group. You get 1 point for every right answer, and you lose 1 point for every wrong answer. Okay, so I'm going to tell you when we're going to start the clock, and Peter will be keeping score.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Go for it.
Okay, and go. Robbie Morgan.
Jason Victim.
Eddie Mendoza.
Jason Victim.
Rod Morgenstein.
Heavy metal? That's the right. Yeah, okay.
Rob Deere.
Heavy metal.
Jimmy DeGrazzo.
Jason Victim.
Alan Hawes.
Heavy metal.
Vito Bratta.
Heavy metal.
Time's up. What's the score?
Like -5, probably.
You got 0, Elizabeth.
Oh my god! Damn it!
So let's bring Joe back on and let's see if he can beat that. Joe.
Good luck. Shit.
Or let's see, where is he? Okay, Joe, we hope you can beat Elizabeth. So the speed round category for this week is Killing It Friday Night. Let's face it, as well written and well acted as the films in the Friday the 13th series were, most people watch these movies for one reason: to see Jason killed. We are going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and I'm going to give you a name of either one of Jason's victims or a member of a heavy metal group. You will get 1 point for every right answer, and you will lose a point for every wrong answer. Are you ready, Joe?
Sure, why not?
Peter will be keeping score, so we're starting now. Robbie Morgan.
Victim.
Eddie Mendoza.
Heavy metal.
Rod Morgenstein.
Victim.
Rob Deere.
Victim.
Jimmy DeGrazzo.
Heavy metal.
Alan Hawes.
Heavy metal.
Vito Bratta.
Heavy metal.
Herman Rarebell.
Victim.
Michael Garris.
Victim.
John Shepard.
Victim.
Time's up. What was Joe's score? Joe, you won with 2 points, and Elizabeth got 0
I got
points.
0. Did I get anyone right? I know I lost a point for everyone I got wrong.
Joe,
But did
you are
I
today's
get
winner of
anyone?
TMI Daily's Dodge. So congratulations.
Okay, so the next time you play this, you got to have the other team choose who gets to vote. Like the other team needs to vote somebody off, because otherwise, I think that's what you got to do. I think you let the one team vote the person off from the other team, because that's a bigger advantage if you can get rid of.
That's a strategy.
Yeah, that's a better strategy. I mean, that's just my, what do I know? But I'm just saying, because the 2 weeks now, it's been the final for the teams. Yeah.
It puts Survivor into it. It's good.
Right, exactly. Because the other team's going to pick the really smart people to vote off first, or who they think is going to be really good in categories and stuff. So, I mean,
Well, you don't want to know. You don't want to release strategery. Everybody's strategery will be different.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, that was our show for today, so we hope you enjoyed it. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. We will see you back here on Monday at 6 p.m. with our special guest, Jay Randall Medina. He's a musical comedian, and he's also one of the producers of the new season of American Idol. So if you think you have what it takes to be on American Idol, you might want to watch his interview.
Thanks for joining us, Danny.
Thank you for
Thank all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you for making the days go by brighter when you guys are on. Thank you.
Aww. We'll all take a picture with you in a minute.
Yeah. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and please stay safe. And I know, follow Jess Ellis. Okay, bye.
Wear a mask.